G'day and welcome to a tutorial on Module AI. This is a bot trained in Canvas, the learning management system, and the content of the Australian Curriculum version 9. It creates resources aligned with the curriculum, but in the Canvas style. Whether you need the quizzes or the modules or general support, the bot's here to design that, and are also knowledgeable in the Australian curriculum, so feel free to ask any support questions about Canvas or the curriculum to this bot as well. Keep your interactions with this bot concise and very specific to be able to get the best results and able to best provide context of what they are learning and how you would like them to learn. Will improve your output of the build as well. The vague instructions might lead to a less accurate response. So let's have a look at some examples of the language to be able to interact with this bot. This first one, I'm going to look at grade 3 English, and that will build the activities to the grade appropriate level. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is the book we're reading. I'd like a full module with activities, reflections and assessments for reading the book. Each activity has a description and on a different page. Now let's have a look at our output. Of course, it's one that makes it built for us. We'll have it given out each activity built on different pages, and it has our activity description in each. You're able to go out to Canvas from here and put that information into Canvas, and at any time I can go back to these pages and build them out and get a bit more in-depth understanding of the content that's in there. So if I just take page 2 for example, we have a pre-reading activity. You will still have to go over to Canvas and create that page. Ask students to make their predictions and so forth, so we might change that into more instructions than the content. If I would like it designed in that way, I just need to modify my prompt in how I would deliver that content to students. I would ask it to display each activity with a description on a different page and written there, and have it written as it's instructed to the student. So I can change some of my prompting and I can still do that from here. If I'd like to, for example, go to a reflection, I might change this to a quiz. That's just personal preference. And if I go down to creative writing, alternate ending, I might change that into a discussion. And I can continue to do this if I continue to prompt. So the module meets your requirements, does it? And if it doesn't, again, wants to help you further. So you can continue to adjust it from here. If I go even further in saying, how do I make a module? We'll turn it to instructions, and what this will do now is it'll actually tell you how to do it. So like I said, this is a support bot as well, but before we go there, I'll look at a bit more of a comprehensive prompt. I'll let that finish off. While that's finishing off, I'll look at this one I've built in here. I've taken a content descriptor from the curriculum. I could have engaged that through this box. It has all the knowledge already, but students are learning. I've turned it into a learning intention, and here is the content descriptor. Recognize, this is for grade 3 maths as well, I believe. Recognize, represent and order natural numbers, but this is the detail of the output. So this is the important part. I wanted to build it into a module. I want the teaching and learning content. 9 different pages, each has a new activity to learn the principles of that learning intention, the learning intention being the content descriptor. The last page is to be a quiz, test. That test, just writing, if I wrote quiz or a test, that does make a difference in some of the quality. We're testing the skill or the learning principles. A quiz might just be a little bit more in general and some true and false questions. And I'd also ask it for a quiz halfway through for a formative assessment. So halfway through the build with 9 pages, so maybe page 4 or 5, I should be able to get some progress so far on how those students are going. Let's see how this builds out. So the purpose of this bot is to help you become more proficient in your building in Canvas. There are a lot of schools that use Canvas and are building new units, or it might be transitioning an old unit from an old curriculum to a new one, and you'd like to incorporate some different activities and so forth. This is bot's able to be able to do it for you. It goes as far as I could say for all of the achievement standard of grade 3 English. Can you build that out into modules, pages, activities and so forth? It will be a large body of text, but it is hard to expand out from there. So you might get off task with the bot. So I can say for page 7, rounding numbers, introduce the concept, include real world scenario. So let's just say this part here. So for number 7, can I have 10 examples of the real world scenarios questions? I can go further and say, can you add the general capabilities, critical thinking to the app and apply those to those questions and so forth. So I'm trying to get this part and get a little bit more information on what that would look like if I'm going to add those in. If this happens to you, this is just a common theme at the moment when we have a high rate of usage. It can slow down. On occasion this happens, and all we need to do is just repost your prompt. It just has a high traffic at the moment. Never fear. All right, so there we go, and I'll be able to get some of those real world scenario questions that I can add into that Canvas page as well. Even though that I've gone off on a tangent here and asked for number 710, I could still go back and say, okay, from page number 8, the word problems, can I have 4 examples of those, differentiate higher and lower? It's just really important that you continue to practice and become better at your prompting. I hope you have good luck. Welcome to Module AI.